Friday the 13th.
It is
One
Friday
question,
the 13th.
cut and dry. Know you're a film guy, movie guy. Got a little Spielberg in you. What is the best scary movie ever made?
It's The Shining.
The Shining?
Oh, the best scary movie ever made?
Shining. Exorcist is up there.
The thing about me is I don't watch a lot of scary movies. I'm not a scary movie type of guy. But the one I kind of did watch was The Fourth Kind, and that messed me up for a couple
that
minutes.
one, that's a different...
The owls, like, that messed me up for a while.
How old were you when you saw it?
I was in high school.
That's the thing with me with The Shining.
I think I was in high school, late high school when I saw it.
Well, I'm going to tell you guys, the original
Okay.
is without a doubt, to me, the old one. The old school ones are scarier to me. Like It and Pet Sematary, that it does something different to me. Like The Conjuring, I don't want to watch it. Can I get through it? Maybe put my hands on my face and look through a little bit? Yes. But when it comes to It and Pet Sematary, I don't know what the half of the movie is because my hands were over my face.
I can't remember which movie this was, but it was kind of in a farm town, which like most scary movies are. But it was a guy he could fly around. Like,
is it Jeepers Creepers?
Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, yeah.
Jeepers Creepers
like he was
up there.
That had Justin Long or
Scarecrow, like
Bobby St. Randy.
Jeepers Creepers is messed up.
Jeepers Creepers is messed up.
That was messed up.
Nick Saban denies allegations of tampering. PitchCom is changing Major League Baseball for the better, and we draft the greatest NBA players for our all-time teams. It's a special Friday.
This is Flaming Dragon!
Flaming Dragon Fridays. It's Crane and Company. Let's get after it. The transfer portal continues to bring us new storylines, as Alabama head coach Nick Saban had to come out the other day and deny allegations of tampering to get stars to transfer to Alabama at a recent golf tournament he attended. Let me just stop right there, okay? There's a couple teams in the college football hemisphere that don't need to tamper to get big-time college football players to go there. If you love them or not, regardless, Bama's probably at the top of that list. Recruiting nowadays, whether it be in the portal, whether it be in the high school ranks, it's become much more business-oriented when it comes to players making decisions on where to attend. The good old days of legacies going to the same school that Pop went to, our hometown kids staying home, are fading faster than James Harden in the playoffs. One of the biggest allures of all is still getting you to a place where you'll get drafted and you can change your family's lives forever. Alabama's put more guys in the league than just about anybody, including transfers. Recent example, C. Jamison Williams. And that puts them at the top of any transfers list who's worth their salt. Bama has become an ATM for the most elite prospects and has become the safest bet in college football for the most part. Some schools have to tamper to get players, and there are places that bend the rules to try and catch up to the elite of the elite in college football. Alabama's not one of them. Is the Crimson Tide program squeaky clean? Hell no. Have they streamlined efficiency? Yes. Players are going to go where they have the best chance to shine, win a championship, and get paid now with NIL on the front end and on the back end in the draft. And that's all Saban has to say. So for those out there who think Bama's crystal clean, you are wrong. But for those out there who think they have to tamper to entice, you are even more wrong. Good, bad, or indifferent, it is what it is. And we're going to talk about this with Danny Cannell and Steve Deese next week. Really excited to get them on the show. Going to go ahead and bring in David Cohn and Flaming Dragon.
Hey, guys, how we doing today?
Yeah, good to see you, Flaming Dragon.
No, see, like, why do we do this?
I
know what I expect.
It's Flaming Dragon. We're calling him Flaming Dragon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
today.
Flaming Dragon.
Yeah.
Flaming Dragon.
Not
one.
Ginger
That's
Dragon.
right.
It's Flaming Dragon.
Strike one.
I will.
I just need a PitchCom.
Yeah,
But we'll get to that.
That'd have been a great segue.
Well,
all right, so
I'll work on that.
again, I'm not saying Alabama's squeaky clean. They are the best, in my opinion, at getting around certain rules and being ahead of the curve. That's one of the many things that makes Nick Saban great. But the fact, and this all started when Scott Satterfield, Louisville's head coach, had kind of, insinuated that there may have been some foul play with the Tyler Harrell kid going to Bama, the speedy wide receiver they have. If you think that I have to trick you or tamper or entice you to leave Louisville to go play at Bama, then there is some beachfront property in Missouri that even with the economy the way it is, I can get you for an absolutely knockdown, drag-out price. But you can accuse Bama of a lot of things. You can accuse them of a lot of things. Tampering to get players, especially in the transfer portal, is not one of them. Because again, Cone, if I'm a Tyler Harrell, or I'm a Jahmyr Gibbs, the Georgia Tech running back transfer that went to Bama, I've really got one shot at this transfer thing before people start looking at it like a problem. Before they start going down, well, you were here, you were here, you were here. Bama, when it comes down to guys making these big decisions, having the one shot at it, you want to make the best business decision, right? Like if I'm buying stocks, I want to make the best business decision. If I'm going out in the workforce, fresh out of college, whatever, I want to make the best decision where I'm going that's going to benefit me the most financially and in my life. You cannot tell me right now that if you're a top transfer and you can go wherever you want with no penalty and Alabama has a need at that position, why would you not go there? Why would you? You are putting yourself, I'm from Auburn, and I'm saying this. Sometimes you got to step back
and just look at
and look at it and call a spade a spade. Yeah. He doesn't have to tamper.
No. I mean, we're witnessing the greatest dynasty in the history of college football. Right?
Yeah.
It's not going to last forever, but that's just the point of fact right now. And if you're an Alabama fan, you love it. I know. I live amongst them. I live with them.
That's true.
If you hate Alabama, you
transferred to Bama. You married into it. You went to the portal.
Well, Michigan wasn't getting right, so I had to marry in.
Good for you.
Champion
Smart
every
choice.
Sort of situation. But how that dynasty was built, I think, is a lot of people discuss it in terms of, well, Alabama just pays their players. I mean, anytime your team's not winning, it's easy to say, oh, our rival. I hear this from Michigan fans all the time. Well, Ohio just pays players.
Everybody pays everybody.
We're squeaking clean. And some people are like, well, no, everyone's doing this. And then you have like 2% are like, no one's paying players. Okay,
yeah.
You guys were coaches, so I'll let y'all speak to that. Yeah. But that's the situation that's happening. And at some point, we just have to acknowledge that Nick Saban is the greatest college football coach of all time. So regardless of whatever else is happening, he's won at every level. He was even a good NFL coach. And I think one of the reasons he came back to the college level was he said, why would I stay in the NFL where I get 1 first-round draft pick a year when in college I can go get 10 first-round draft picks a year? And that's what he's doing.
Yeah, and I can understand it. We talked about tampering and the coaches getting upset about it months ago and have kind of followed up. Blaine, if I'm Scott Satterfield, I'm on the hot seat at Louisville. I understand you're upset that one of your best players just went to Bama. Okay? That guy was leaving anyway, in my opinion. If you're Scott Satterfield and you're sitting there and you're on the hot seat and I'm worried about getting fired and we got to have a good year, one of the guys you don't want to go at is Nick Saban. That doesn't buy you any brownie points in the media. That doesn't make you look like a big dog. That doesn't make you look like a big, bad man. It makes you look desperate. It makes you look weak. And if you were out there winning 9, 10, 11 games every year and Louisville was where they were at when Petrino was there and they were a legitimate problem, I can go back to Lamar Jackson and the stuff that he did, the witchcraft and wizardry there. But Louisville's been down. They're down bad and it's not getting better. Don't go or come at Saban. Like, why? How does this help you? Now you're making excuses. Now you look weak. And to me, this doesn't add help for him, I guess to say, in staying. It almost helps push him out the door and give just another notch. Basically what I'm saying is you really need to. And you're a grown man. You got a family. I'm guessing you pay your taxes and stuff like that. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I'm telling you what you probably should think about doing. And that's not talking anymore. That's not talking anymore about other coaches or other programs. Get Louisville right, or you'll be here talking about other programs because you were fired.
Well, if anything, there's a certain coach I'm definitely not going to talk about, and that's Nick Saban.
That's exactly right.
You don't go for the king with your first strike, I don't believe. And if you do have a bad year and say you do get fired, well, you might have just lost the analyst job at Baylor.
That's another thing.
To get you another head coaching job. So I definitely wouldn't go to Nick Saban for that. But another thing with me is this, is like, if you are a player, obviously you want to go to Bama, but I promise you, these players talk to players more than they talk to coaches.
They're the best recruiters or players.
Players are the best recruiter for other players. And if you're a top-tier guy, first-round type of guy, why wouldn't you want to go play with other first-round type of guy, especially at quarterback? At quarterback. So do I think there's tampering? Maybe. Maybe not.
I don't think
Is there always somewhat of tampering? Probably. College football's dirty.
Well, to me, tampering is saying what it sounded like Satterfield was saying was your coaches reached out to the kid, whether it was Saban, whether it was Golding, doesn't matter. That's tampering to me. Players talking to players, that is what it is. I don't think we should touch that.
No,
if a player reaches out to a player and says, man, you ought to come play with me, that happens all the time, especially now with the transfer portal. You're never going to be able to tamp that down, I guess. But I don't think Bama's coaches had to reach out to Tyler Harrell and cheat or tamper to get the message across that, hey, if you just happen to show interest in Bama and it's all legal, then come on through. To me, it was an excuse. It was an excuse.
You know, some of these programs like Louisville, these programs that have the possibility to be really good but aren't odds-on favorite to win their conference every year, they need to win on the flip side of the portal. So if this kid goes to Alabama and plays wide receiver, that means a really good wideout at Alabama is going to get fewer reps. Well, he may transfer. You need to pick up guys like that. I mean, I remember Alvin Kamara was a running back for the Crimson Tide. Wasn't getting a lot of reps because they had a stable full of them. So he transfers out. And look what Alvin Kamara is doing now. So that's where these programs need to win.
I agree. Blaine, what's the Booster Club said?
All right, we got a lot of I hate Nick Sabans in here, which I can
well, again,
understand.
there's a reason you hate him.
I understand.
Hey. Reggie Jackson said they don't boo nobodies.
Nope.
They don't boo nobodies.
All right, Tyler H says, be a better coach. If you lost a player to Bama and you really deserve to not have them leave, flip it on the other side and grab a couple more guys out of the portal.
That's what Cone's saying. Again, you can only control what you can control. That kid, in my opinion, was leaving regardless. If it was Bama, if it was USC, if it was Oklahoma, if it was Georgia, he was going somewhere.
All right, BJPS says, Cone, Saban was not a good NFL coach, sub-500 record in 2 years at Miami.
I don't think it was sub-500. I thought he was exactly 500, but his point still remains. In 2 seasons, 500 I know isn't awesome, but he was also 500 against Bill Belichick. And he wasn't only a head coach in the NFL, he was also a defensive coordinator and had success on that front as well.
Yeah, as a coordinator, I mean, under Belichick, he was the guy. He was like kind of the...
I may be wrong about his overall record, but it was close.
The NFL and college coaching there is so different because the control you have over each is so different. At Alabama, everything runs through Saban. From if somebody gets pulled over for a DUI that's on the team, to injuries, to everything, to new buildings, to absolutely everything, it's going to run through Nick Saban. So in the NFL, the owner is in charge. That's who's in charge. GM obviously has a lot to say. The power is divvied out a little bit. And I think that's why Saban is a guy that needs full control for the formula to work.
So let me ask you this. I think I remember he went 8-8 both years. I may be wrong on that. But do you think that he would have been better had he stayed longer, or would he have gotten worse?
I think he'd have gotten better as he stayed longer. He's one of the best ever at adjusting.
Exactly.
I agree with that. All right, another one with BJPS. He says, one day Saban will retire and Bama will no longer be the juggernaut that they are.
It's going to happen. It's cyclical. Now, are they going to be horrible or bad? No. But the dominance that you have seen eventually will stop. And how Alabama fans handle that, to me, still remains to be seen. I could take a guess how they're going to handle it. I do want to say, in the Booster Club Daily Wire chat, we got to get to 1,200 comments today.
1,200.
We got to get to 1,200 comments today. Blaine, I want you to put this in the YouTube chat. I want you to put some in the YouTube chat for me. I need everybody to say Flaming Dragon. That's all. That's all I want. I want everybody to type out Flaming Dragon.
This is Flaming Dragon.
That's exactly right. I want everybody to say Flaming Dragon. I want us to start doing Flaming Dragon Fridays. Okay, Flaming Dragon?
Yes, no, I think
Flaming
Dragon should be every day.
Being an individual letter. So we need F and then hit enter. Then L and then hit enter. Let's hit
really
1,200. Nice work yesterday.
Yeah,
they
great
were
work
chopping
yesterday,
their feet.
but we're not, just like with the bets, we're not happy with great.
Not satisfied.
We're not satisfied with great.
All right, Mike.
We want perfect.
Want another one? Another one over. Mike Flynn says, recruiting someone already in the transfer portal is no issue, but going after someone who hasn't yet entered the portal is an issue.
That's tampering. Again, and this is how it works in the transfer portal that people don't know. It's a database. You have to go through certain steps to be entered in the database. The minute your name hits that database, they all have a code and a password at these schools to be able to get in and see. Certain people do. Once that name enters that portal, it's fair game.
Yeah.
It's fair game. Anything before that, you heard some talk about Jordan Addison, is tampering. I will go back and I'll say it again. I do not think any Bama, because we're talking about coaches reaching out, not players. I don't think any Bama coaches reached out to Tyler Harrell before he was in the transfer portal. It's not worth it. It's not worth the risk.
And
they don't have to do it.
Bryce and Jordan apparently worked out together.
Yeah, Bryce and Addison. Yeah, Bryce and Jordan Addison.
Yeah, when they're in Cali.
Yeah.
So there's a connection there.
And here's a good example. You have declared that you've entered the transfer portal for your hockey fandom.
Yes.
So when I put a jersey
That's
over
fine.
your seat, that's not collusion.
It's not. I'm in here. It's called great recruiting.
You're recruiting,
He's
Dave.
in the portal.
You're recruiting.
I'm in the portal right now.
Someone else isn't doing their job. I'm doing my job.
You are doing your job. I appreciate it.
You will be a Prince fan.
We'll see. I'm going to make the decision next week. I don't want to give any hints. A lot of people are excited about the Julian Phillips announcement. A lot more people are excited about this one, so we'll see how it goes. But anyway, you want to get into a little bit of rapid fire?
Let's start. Oh, well, first of all, I'll start with
Yes,
this.
please.
All right. Let's start with this PitchCom. I want you to tell everybody about it. The baseball sign stealing prevention technology.
If you haven't heard about this, and I know the Booster Club's going to be pretty jacked and tan about this. Basically what it is we know about the Astros and some other teams that, caught cheating and stealing signs. Electronically, okay? Stealing signs organically from second base or doing that, I'm fine with that. That's part of the game. We grew up learning how to steal signs. Well, our tips, our ticks from
Hands
the
on the
pitcher,
knees. We
hands
do
on the
hands on the
knees.
knees on
Yeah, are you
second.
tapping your finger on the outside of the glove for an off speed? That pitchers will tell you everything.
Yeah.
If you really learn how to read them, they'll tell you everything. This is talking about the catcher signaling in between. We know catcher signals, 2 curveball, 1 fastball, other teams mix it up, to the pitcher, and the pitcher gets it. Well, technology has caught up and tried to take a little bit of that out of the game. It's called PitchCom. Basically, a catcher has a wristband with buttons on it that he presses to tell the pitcher, who's got a little radio in his hat, what the pitch is that he's calling. So there's no way, there's no signal or nothing. There's no way that a batter or somebody on second base can hey, hand on the helmet, both hands on the knees, it's an off speed. They can't steal it. All right, now the technology's gotten better and better and better, and it's being used right now. A lot of the pitchers love it. Some are coming around to it, but the coolest part about the whole thing is when they hit that button and it tells them what pitch to throw, they put the catcher's voice in it.
Smart.
So it sounds just like the catcher. Now pitchers are wanting celebrities' voices on there. To where you how cool would it be if we could talk a pitcher into having the Crane and Company something, one of our voices to call it the pitches. But I'm for it. I'm for it. Some pitchers are doing it, some aren't. I love it. I think it's cool.
They're using bone conduction earpieces. We're going to have to get Mikey and Rhino to explain what exactly bone conduction earpieces are. But the league says there are systems in place to prevent hacking into the system.
I think this is
the thing about
incredible.
This is like everything can get hacked.
Okay.
Everything
That's kind of what I
can
thought.
Get hacked. It doesn't matter. Well, this is like.
But the league said there are systems in
anything
place.
can get hacked.
There are
But I don't
systems in
know.
place, Blaine.
I don't know if a team will go that far to hack someone's earpiece for pitches. Maybe if it's playoffs, World Series, maybe. I'm not hearing people banging on drums in the dugout anymore. Banging on trash cans, excuse me.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Astros. But I'm fine with this. But if I'm a catcher, I'm somewhat worried if something goes wrong and I start getting crossed up 7 times in one inning.
Well, then you'll know something's up. You'll know something's up pretty quick, and getting crossed ups happen. I wonder if the Booster Club thinks that this is good for baseball or if this is bad for baseball. I think it's good for baseball, but I also think we need to have an automated strike zone. So maybe that's just kind of my lane of thinking. But I'm just sitting there thinking about the speed of the game. A lot of pitchers want to get the ball back and go ahead and throw it. So the quicker you can hit that button and let them know, instead of having to go through it and then, hey, wave it off or something like that. To me, it will make the game faster, but I think it'll make it cleaner. I think you'll have less guys getting crossed up. And from a hacking standpoint, if you want to go that far, you're going to find a way to try and do it anyway.
I mean, look, how bad do you want to win? I know a lot of these teams want to win, and if you get in the playoffs and the World Series, I wouldn't be surprised if one of these things get hacked. I mean, would you really? We'll probably never find out.
I mean, what
we'll probably never find out.
Get like John Travolta?
I don't know. I'm not a hacker, but there's people out there who can hack basically anything. These TVs in here, our computers, maybe our brains. Who knows? But I'm saying if someone wants to hack this, it's hackable. I'm all for it. I like it. I don't mind it. I'm the type of guy, if I didn't play catcher, I'll make sure I'm hitting the buttons right. I mean, I don't know what it looks like, how many buttons.
It's like a wristband, and it's almost like one of those.
So it's pitch and location.
To me, I think it says pitch, and then the catcher sets up where he signs where he wants the location.
But here's the thing:
where he sets
whose
up.
voice would y'all have in your ear? Whose voice would you use?
Christopher Walken.
Morgan
I like
Freeman.
it. I was gonna go Morgan.
You're gonna go
Freeman,
Morgan
too.
Freeman?
Our Batman. Fastball outside.
Fast showing the
justice.
I'd be like, man, I can't do it.
No, he's like,
more than one inning, I can't do it.
the curveball of justice.
Bring in the justice.
You have to have one button on there. It's like, where's the commissioner?
Our
Like,
Flaming
wait, sorry.
Dragon, or the Flaming Dragon, please.
Or Flaming Dragon. Does the Booster Club like it?
All stealing and hacking of communication is okay. It's part of the game.
It is part of the game. That's what I'm saying. Stealing signs is part of the game. So wouldn't making it harder to steal signs be part of the game? That's what the game, it's evolving. It'll evolve side by side.
Mike Flynn says, I think the most interesting thing about PitchCom is that other players on the field also have an earpiece.
Yep.
Yeah.
So someone like the center fielder could hear the pitch and start fading.
Well, I think
That's
it's
exactly
max
right.
3 people, right?
I believe it's
think
max
it's
3 people.
3
Just like in football, the quarterback
Is that
can have
including the
the
pitcher?
radio.
That I don't know yet.
Well, I know they said there was one position player that was like, man, this helps me out an unbelievable amount because if you get crossed up and throw a pitch somewhere you're not, I'm shading to where I think you're throwing
it would almost help every player playing defense.
It would. You have one guy out there that has an earpiece in that knows what
that
it
would just
is.
be too
Like you
much.
could signal it out from up there somehow if you wanted. You just couldn't get too predictable.
All right, Moore Stevens says, if you're not cheating, you're not trying, fundamentals are the crutch of the talentless.
All right, what's the next on the rapid fire, Coney?
Let's go to the NBA, We had a series locked up yesterday. Your boys, you had them winning it all, the 76ers. They're going home. Did you want to stick on that one for a while, or you want to move on?
I'll make it quick. I know I went out there. I went out on the limb picking the Sixers. Embiid got a little beat up. I think that obviously hurt him in this series. I do first off want to say, Joel Embiid, you're a warrior. You're a warrior. I watched you go in there and battle. Tobias Harris, you're a warrior. I watched you go in there and battle.
I love where this is going. I love where this is going.
James Harden. It's either one of two things. You either don't care or you're scared. And I don't know which one's worse. You basically take no shots. You know Joel Embiid's beat up. You had some good games in the playoff. Like I said, I thought you would. I thought you were going to really try and come out and douse the narrative last game, but you didn't. Because you don't have that dog. You don't. And I don't know you personally, but I've seen it enough times now in enough moments. Because I don't look at it just in aggregate. I look at the moments. You had a moment last night. You had a moment to show everybody who said everything bad about you, from not being a leader to not being clutch to not wanting to step up in big moments, not wanting to take the big shot. You had a chance to douse that narrative last night, and you doused yourself. So, I'm not going to get on here and yell. I've done enough of that. But again, the jury's out on you. The jury's out on you. You're not getting a Supermax. You don't deserve a Supermax. Supermax is reserved for players who aren't afraid of the moment. Supermax is reserved for players that even when the shots aren't falling in, they're still trying to ball. Supermax is reserved for players that care more than anybody else. That's who the Supermax is reserved for. So James Harden, you're a guy. You're a guy. You're just a guy. You're going to get passed over. You're never going to win a championship. And if I'm Joel Embiid, and we have the clip, I think, of Jimmy Butler, which I think was hilarious between him and Tobias Harris yesterday. I think it's clip 19. You don't deserve the things that you think you deserve because you don't do it when it counts. Last night was your shot. Like I said, I've sat here and gassed you up, man. I've sat here and gassed you up, said I thought you were going to have a good playoffs. There were some moments you had, but I think you're ducking the smoke. I think you're scared. And I tell you that to your face because I know when the moment came to it, you would do nothing. You're not taking a shot. I know that. So, James Harden, again, good luck to you, buddy. I'd still take you over Ben Simmons, but you're a letdown and a disappointment to everybody except the people that you help, in your family, which that's great. But if I'm a Sixers fan, I'm done with you. I'll wash my hands with you. But I don't want to waste the time talking about James Harden when we could be talking about how much of a dog Joel Embiid is going out there and playing.
I have nothing to add.
And it was one game, but it was
glad. I'm glad.
No, don't.
I'm glad we got to here.
Wait.
I'm glad we got to here.
Well, what do you mean we got to here?
That James Harden, when the moment's the biggest, disappeared.
Always.
Again, when did I ever disagree with that? That's what I never said. James Harden was clutch. I said that he is more of a facilitator and he doesn't want to be a leader, but he's not as bad as what everybody else is saying he is.
You said James Harden's going to ball these playoffs.
He had some good games, but you can ball in a lot of games. But if you don't ball in the games at the end that matter, and it's like I said yesterday in the monologue, it's not just how much you got beat by. It's how you got beat. And it wasn't just him. They laid down, a lot of them laid down. There was no fire. There was no energy. You even knew at halftime when the game was close. And even Kenny and them were saying that they're going to be down double digits in the third quarter. You just, again, you don't have the pieces. And it's sad because with Joel Embiid, you have the house. But it takes more than the house to win an NBA championship. Now you got to add that 2-car garage. Now you got to give him that pool. Now you got to give him that big backyard, big fenced-in backyard. You got to put the pieces around the house so the house can shine. Because you've got the guy, and you let Jimmy Butler go. And Daryl Morey is looking dumber and dumber every moment that goes by. Every moment that goes by. Not because of getting rid of Ben Simmons. That was a good move. But because all the pieces they had with Joel and Jimmy Butler, you're looking like you screwed up a little bit in some areas. And if you didn't talk so big about yourself all the time, I wouldn't have that much of a problem with it. But I'm done talking about the Sixers.
You want to run this clip?
Yeah, let's run this clip. So remember, Tobias Harris went to Philly for Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler had a little something to say to the management at Philly walking in the locker room last night. Play clip 19.
Tobias Harris over me?
Tobias Harris over me? I'd be asking the same question if I'm a Sixers fan.
I mean,
I'd be asking the same question.
Jimmy knew how to do what? He knew how to put a team on his back. You watch that game. From the start to the finish, it was Jimmy Buckets, baby. There wasn't questions about it. We knew that Strauss had a great game shooting from three.
And he didn't try and fight
Jimmy.
Spoelstra.
Yeah. This is true. But maybe that's what they needed.
That's what it's rarely do you see when your star player and your coach are getting into a fight with only a few regular season games left. I'm almost always going to bet the house against you.
Yeah.
But it was guys like Udonis Haslem, some of those old guys like we were talking about, stepped up and said maybe they did use it as motivation. Maybe they did, because now they're going to go into the Eastern Conference Finals, and they still were the number 1 overall seed in the East. Looking pretty good to me.
Sometimes when things happen that you feel like it might tear you apart, actually brings you closer.
Well, you find out.
Yeah.
You find out where you stand, and sometimes that can bring you closer together. I agree with that. I'm going to say this too. Luka Doncic, can't nobody say he's not a superstar. I'm just telling you.
Who's saying?
Now, I'm just saying. We talked about stars and superstars. Luka is a superstar. And here's the thing about Luka. And this is what's similar to a couple other guys in Game 7s that it really comes down to. Luka plays his best when the moment is the biggest. Mm-hmm. Watch what he does in Game 7. Because, again, if you're the Suns, even though it's at home, it's one game.
Yep, and
it's basketball.
To be here at Game 7.
No.
If you're the Suns, this was not supposed to go 7, and now it is. And I don't care if you're on the road or at home. If you're the Mavs, you have to be thrilled right now. An opportunity down to one, and we're seeing a lot of hockey matches too. Just let the superstar go do what he does and see what happens.
For one game, Luka can beat you. Luka can legitimately beat you in many, many different ways. Now, do I think the Mavs are going to win the game? I need a little more time on that. But the fact that it's gotten to this point starts to really make me lean Mavs. And if they win this series, guys, and we end up having Mavs-Warriors, that's going to end up being a hell of a series. Mavs-Grizzlies, I don't think the Grizzlies going to get through it. We'll talk about it again. They're playing tonight without Ja, which, for the Grizzlies has been better than sometimes with Ja. But the Mavs right now and Luka, and maybe we haven't shown them enough love, but if Jalen Brunson's ISO game's working, backing guys down to the paint, and he's making the right decision on the kick, and Luka shows up, he's going to drop 35. Luka's going to have 35. I would be willing to bet you Luka has a triple-double.
Okay. Well, I won't argue against that.
Devin Booker's got to show up, man.
Well, and Devin Booker's been good at putting people away, too, now.
That's what I'm saying. In his career, he's been good. Didn't play good last game. Mm-hmm. All right, you got to show up. You're the guy on this team. You're the scorer on this team. You got to show up, because I promise you, and Luka and the Devin Booker rivalry is something I'm a fan of.
And it's natural.
Yeah,
it's organic.
Natural. I'm a fan of. I can't wait to see this battle, because I bet both these dudes ball. And you want to know one thing that is consistent about the NBA is Luka Doncic.
Yeah, and I do want to say this about what you said yesterday. Blaine wasn't saying he didn't like the parity in the NBA. What he was saying was when you're betting on the games and there's a ton of parity, it makes it a lot harder. Because again,
did someone say something? Or?
No. I just want to make sure yesterday, because I think one person was like, "Oh, do you not want parity in the NBA?" I was like, "No, as a fan, I want parity in the NBA. Sure. As a bettor, I want exactly what I think to happen to happen." So it's again double-edged sword a little bit there, but
I agree, and that's what I was kind of taking that point too, or at least I was trying to in that conversation, which is it's great for the game when you're watching it.
Yeah,
but for us taking picks, we're trying.
When you're taking picks, I want it to happen the way I thought it was going to happen.
How about this? Before the break, we have 2 Game 6s, like you were talking about. Which one is more likely to go 7? Okay, we got Celtics at Bucks, and we got Grizz at the Warriors.
I really think Celtics-Bucks is more likely to go 7. I think the Warriors end it tonight. You got embarrassed. You were down by 50, as we talked about yesterday. You've got veteran guys, Draymond Green, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole, the proteges underneath. JaVale McGee's doing this thing a little bit on the inside. The Warriors, to me, the experience, I don't think they're going to linger off last game. I think they end the series tonight. The Bucks-Celtics series, let me tell you what's going to happen. Hold on. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Nobody knows. So I would guess it'd go 7.
I would like to sit here and say the Warriors are going to close it out, but I don't really know this Grizzlies team without Ja Morant.
I do. They're 20.
I would know what it would look like, really, if Ja Morant was in this game. I know Ja Morant would shoot most of the time. He'd bring the ball down. He'd keep the pace of the game. This Grizzlies team without Ja is dangerous. Mm-hmm. Is dangerous. They can pour it on you, and they can pour it on you quick, and especially from the outside. If Jaren Jackson's playing like that, I don't know. The Warriors have to be hot shooting, because if the Grizzlies somewhat shoot like they did last time, I can see this game going to 7. And Ja Morant being out, I don't know if it makes them worse.
See,
I don't know if it makes them. How can you sit here and tell me that they're worse after what you see they do on the court without him all season? It's
not just
a one-off type of thing.
So should they trade John Morant then?
All season. I'm not saying they're worse without him. Are they better with him? I would say a little bit, but I don't think they're worse without him with him off the court. I think they spread the ball around more. They really get their shooters on the outside, and if they're hot from three, John Morant's he's a ball dominant type of guy.
Yeah,
that's who Ja is. All right, but you can really see how good the Grizzlies are individually, who they have, and coming together as a team with John Morant off the court.
Yeah, and I do want to say I meant Looney for the Warriors.
What'd you say?
I said JaVale McGee's with the Suns. I lost my mind for a second, which, both of them are they huge contributors? No. But
JaVale McGee was on the Warriors.
Well, yeah, and JaVale won championships with the Warriors, I believe. But again, this Celtics-Bucks game, and I know we're going to get to NHL right after the break. I'm excited about that too. But if you want to watch or listen to the rest of the show, because we all know what day it is right now. It's Flaming Dragon Friday.
This is Flaming Dragon.
Head over to thedailywire.com. Become a member. Listen on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Go to the highest hill. Put your ears up to the air and see if you can catch a frequency. And then subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and share it with everybody you've ever met in your life. We'll be right back with some NHL. We have our NBA draft of the all-time greats and much, much more as we continue to be the best part of your best day. Appreciate you guys joining us after the break. I do want to say, before we get to the Booster Club, that I put out a tweet on Friday when it's Flaming Dragon Fridays. If you put out the tweet, or if you retweet the tweet that I put out on social, it's @JakeCrane_, CRAIN. You enter to win our new merch package.
Wow.
Merch store dropping.
Wow.
Decided to do this. We started talking about Santa Claus the other day.
I want a package.
Have you gotten a package?
We were talking about Santa Claus the other day, and I wanted to kind of get my Santa Claus on a little bit, so I want to give some gifts out. And it comes with 2 shirts, I think a normal shirt and a sweatshirt, and 3 postcards with a little note from each one of us. And we actually did write them. We're those type of people. But, Blaine.
Yes.
Booster Club.
Deacon and Nora.
You two. Well, what do they have it on? What do they call it when you have like a group or a club and branch? The YouTube branch of the Booster Club.
All right, Deacon and Nora with a question. Hashtag Ask Crane and Co. Kind of just hit this one, hit it again. Do you think the Memphis Grizzlies can win tonight and stay alive and win the series? Or do you think Golden State will take it home?
Can they?
Yeah.
Yes. Will they? I don't think so. I picked the Grizzlies to win the game the other night without John Morant. But I will tell you that I think the Warriors at home, with their experience, with their players, Steph and Clay are going to shoot well tonight. I'm just going to tell you. Clay's got some killer in him, too.
Yeah.
Clay's got some legit killer in him, too. And Steph's been kind of up and down a little bit. I think the Warriors win tonight, and I think they may win big.
Really?
I think they may win big.
What's the spreads?
I think it's at 8. I think they can win by double digits or more.
I wouldn't be surprised with that. Well, you watch the Warriors last game. They just turned the ball over.
I don't think they're going to lose by 4.
Like Draymond turned the ball over a line. You usually don't see that.
No, like I said, I think it was an anomaly. I said it yesterday. I'll say it again today. I think it was an anomaly, a great anomaly for the Grizz.
Yeah.
But,
All right, Colin Houston, imagine having Matthew McConaughey telling you to pitch, all right.
That's a good one.
Great one.
Great pick.
Like the curveball. What else, Beef?
All right, Lil Tony says the Grizz are better without Ja, but couldn't win a championship without him. If that makes sense, he is their bucket getter in crunch time. You needed one of those to win it all. Without him, they are the Hawks a few years back.
I'll quote Mr. Cheezel from Grandma's Boy when he's talking to the guy and he offers him tea. You need a dandelion nettle blend. You need to have the superstar that blends in with the supporting cast, which the Grizzlies have all those pieces. It's not a bad thing that you can win without your star. I'm not saying that. But if we're going to legitimately look at each other and think the Grizzlies can win a championship without John Morant, I'm in 100% agreeing with you, little Tony. I'm in 100% agreement with you, Lil Tony.
Lil Tony. And if he improves his jumper a little bit.
The jumper?
The jumper.
Yeah, it turns it into the jumper, not the romper. Those things freak me out. But John Morant, superstar.
All right, CJN30 says we might have a Game 6 Clay sighting tonight.
He does that.
He
does
and,
that.
and it's
He
a lot
does
in
that.
game 6s. I'm not talking about game 7.
Did I say game 7?
Yeah.
Game 6, excuse me.
No,
Yeah,
I
it's
thought you
game
said.
6.
Oh, I
Game
thought you
6.
said.
No, you're good. You're good. One more. Then we'll get to NHL.
All right, Nate Dogg wants to know, are we talking UFC main event tomorrow night fighting? Are we talking about it?
I'm not caught up on it.
Well, I wasn't super duper thrilled about the card. Nate Dogg, I will say, thank you for joining Twitter, man. Nate Dogg joined Twitter just for
Keep
Crane and
Tweeter
Company.
on, man.
We appreciate that. Elon, that'll be $130,000. Thank
Yes.
you. You're welcome.
Minimum.
I'm going to keep track of everybody we bring to Twitter, too, and I will send him a bill.
Yeah. And he'll send it to me.
I don't want to sit here and talk about it like I'm fully vested in this UFC fight. We've had Natan Levy, we've had Mike Beltran, we got a couple of the UFC fighters coming on. I don't want to sit here and do you a disservice by talking about a card I'm not super duper thrilled with.
Yeah, I haven't.
Just the truth.
Yeah.
We'll recap it Monday if you want. That's fine.
But
that'd be a great
cards coming
mailbag
out.
question for next week if you want to, Nate Dogg, to throw it in the mailbag. Remember, we got mailbag Mondays.
On
On a Tuesday.
Hit it.
On a Tuesday.
So make sure you get that turned in. It's DW Crane mailbag. Tell me, producers, what is the link again? I'll get them to tell me in a second. That's it.
I did.
DW Crane mailbag at Daily
Should I
Wire.
get a flaming dragon tattoo?
No.
Where would you get it?
I'm gonna start. If you do
Back
that, I
tat?
will start calling you Big
Tramp
Earl.
stamp?
No.
I will start
Back
calling
tat
you
and
Big
a
Earl.
tramp stamp are two different things.
One is
Ones can go on top
one
of your
incorporates the other. It's like
back. Should I get a flaming dragon tattoo?
What if
like
you got a
bourbon
dragon
is
as like a
whiskey.
tramp
You
stamp
see?
that was coming up like your spine?
What if I
on
just
your
shaved,
back that was
what if I
coming
just
down?
shaved my head and I had like a flaming dragon on the back of my head?
there's
Then
a lot of ideas happening right now.
That seems a little bit. I think that's going too far. Are you all right?
How's that going too far? That's the line?
That's the line.
Friday the 13th is really just overtaken you.
I don't believe in that.
Yeah, like I don't think you.
I don't
bald-
believe in
I
Friday
don't
the
think
13th.
you bald. This isn't American history
What do
yet.
you mean you don't believe in it? Today's Friday and it's the 13th
Just
of the month.
the creepiness behind it. I don't
Okay.
believe in it. I don't wake up like, well, today's going to be really creepy and I'm scared of things. No.
Can you imagine if Blaine kept the beard, had the glasses, shaved his head, and had a dragon tattoo on his head?
I just did, and now I'm scared.
It is. I would.
What?
I would call you Big Earl.
You would be scared of that.
100%.
You looked in the
I
mirror and
probably
you
would.
saw
I'll never do
yourself.
that.
Huh?
I'll never do
I
that.
wouldn't let you do that.
Might get on the arm though.
We might lose our Blue Blocks sponsorship.
No, for sure. No. With this look, no. Shave the head, no. Hey, bald head's the new thing these days.
Yeah.
It's a big thing these days. I'm not doing it. I'm just saying
man.
it's in.
Okay. Anyways,
Trying to
let's
make
get into some
fetch-
NHL.
I want to talk
Before
about.
Blaine gets us all
I want to
arrested.
talk about parity within a league.
Yes.
What's happening in hockey right now?
I'm in love. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm in love. I'm in L.
only two
I'm in L.
series are done.
I'm in L. And I don't get in L a lot.
Only 2 series have been wrapped up.
Again, like I told you, I'm hooked.
At
I have
least 3
watched
game 7s.
every hockey game. I fell asleep during the Kings game last night, full disclosure. Because, again, hockey games are long.
Yeah.
They're long. That game started a little bit late. Was going on late. Fell asleep on the couch. Woke up about 1 o'clock. Went and saw what was in the fridge. Then went back to bed. Y'all know how we do. But
Midnight snack.
I am watching the games last night. And, again, I'm getting better and better and better and better and better at this. Which game do you want to talk about first? Which series?
well, there's 3 game 7s at least from.
I know.
But yeah, go ahead. Oilers Kings. Let's do that.
Kings had you plus 1.5. It was 2-2, third period, about halfway through. Not going to talk about that. What I will say is I thought it was a good game, but look, watching that game, the Oilers just looked head and shoulders above the Kings. I know the Kings came back and tied it 2-2, but the Oilers looked physical as hell. Connor McDavid scored the first goal, 100% which. They kept trying to work the wraparounds. It was like they saw something. Connor McDavid scored the first goal in a wraparound, and they kept trying to go after it and should have scored another one. It went right through the Ricketts and hit off the post on the other side. The Oilers are a much better team than the Kings.
Okay.
That's why I'm still surprised that this series is going as long as it
Exactly.
is.
The Kings
And
have
after watching
overperformed.
that, with the Kings being at home, the Oilers, if they get past this series, I know that they have weapons. Do I think they're going to win the Stanley Cup? No. But if they play that physical and that fast like they did last night, and as clean as they did last night, outside of the second period a little bit, they're going to have a chance to go pretty
Well,
far.
it's kind of a similar conversation that we were having. We were talking about the Mavs. If you're the Kings, you've overperformed, I think, in this
Yep.
series, right? You are on the road for your game 7, but at the same time, that's the most you could ask for. 1 game.
Oh, you
to
can't.
win
Yeah,
the
if you're a
series.
Kings fan. But,
So what do you think about it?
well, you hate you didn't get it done at home. If I'm
Sure.
Jonathan Quick, any of these other guys on the team,
Yeah.
you wanted to get it done at home. Because, again, you only have a few shots to get this done, and you're not even supposed to be there. Now, looking at it, you still have a chance, which you'd have taken from the jump when you got to the end, but it does have to hurt a little bit. It does have to hurt a little bit. You had a big opportunity, huge opportunity. You could have put the foot on the throat, and you could have finished them, and you didn't do it. You let them live, and those are the ones that have sons to come back and kill you when
Yeah.
you're older.
I think the Kings have played well. It's great, but anytime a team has Connor McDavid, I want that.
Yeah, well, I always say, listen, the Kings are a great story, but so is Hansel and Gretel.
Hansel and Gretel is a great story. Huh? He said it, not me.
I do think Hansel and Gretel's a great story.
Hey, Bruins forced
Underrated
a Game 7.
too.
Bruins forced a Game 7 on the Canes.
This is,
It's
again,
starting to, the Spidey sense.
this has been my favorite series.
Yeah.
This has been my favorite
Okay.
series. It's gone back and forth. Canes are going to win it. Canes are going to win it. But I just love the matchup. I love the Canes home uniforms as well.
Can't lose in those,
That's
buddy.
exactly right. Can't lose
Can't lose in those.
This series to me has been obviously pretty even.
Mm-hmm.
I got a feeling that this game, the final game's going to come down to overtime.
Overtime?
Overtime. I think the Canes are going to win it in overtime to move on.
Give me 3-1 Canes.
You
Yeah.
like 3-1?
3-1 Canes?
I don't know. If I go back and look at these scores, haven't the home kind of been,
It's
you know,
the home.
It's been pretty
been
back.
winning a lot.
Each of them whoop up on each other at home.
Well, it's similar to
I know.
normal
I know.
That's why I like the
playoffs.
Maple Leafs Lightning has been the most
But again,
interesting. They've been stealing
I'll do you
games
one
on
better. The Caps go and beat the Panthers game
That-
1 in Florida.
That too, and that's
then they're up
tonight.
3-0 again in Florida and blow the lead, end up losing 5-3.
So that Game 6 is tonight. Panthers at Caps, and we got Rangers at Pens, and then Flames at Stars.
I think the Panthers are going to be, again, President's Trophy winner.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Panthers are the better team. I think the Panthers, after going down 3-0 to the Caps, that was almost like the let us hit you with the defibrillator moment. Like, oh my God, we're really going to blow this. And then they come back tied up and ended up winning it.
Yeah.
I think that may have rejuvenated them even more than after losing that first game at home to the Caps and having to come back and play better. I like the Panthers to win this series, which it shouldn't be a shocker to anybody. But I am loving playoff hockey, and I'm going to take another playoff hockey bet. I need to find out if Sid the Kid's playing tonight. Right. Booster Club, somebody in the Booster Club's a Penguins fan that's got some inside info. I need to know. He's got about 18 minutes to know.
Knowing Sid the Kid and how he's been, if he can go, he's going to go.
For sure. This is their last hurrah, man.
Go.
He's going to go if he can go now.
This is their last hurrah. Crosby,
I look at that Caps.
Malkin,
I look
all
at
together.
that Caps bet too, and I'm pretty sure they're plus one something.
By the way,
I almost pulled the trigger on that.
You can say anything
can I say
you
this
want.
too?
This is a trust tree.
Stamkos for the Lightning. Freaking love that guy.
You do?
I love watching Stamkos play. You can tell he's like the leader. He's like the guy. But there were multiple times where Stamkos, there was one play he had where he was fending off two guys with one arm, holding his stick and the puck in the other arm as he went off to the wall, was able to get the pass off, and it ended up setting up a goal, I believe, for the Lightning.
McCarthy Ryan 147658 says Sid the Kid is a no-go.
He's a no-go.
No-go. You like the Rangers now or what?
No.
I think you stay with it.
I'm staying with the
I think you
Penguins.
stay with it.
And again,
I regret my picks from yesterday because I switched off a pick because of Joey Votto.
But let me tell you something we won't regret, fellas. What it's time for?
Oh!
Time for, boys.
Let's get it.
We've been gassing this up.
Yeah, grab it.
All right, let's
Tell the
explain the
people
rules.
what's happening here.
Number 1, no touching of the hair or face. Number 2, this is our all-time NBA draft. It's a snake draft. We played an epic game of rock, paper, scissors round robin yesterday on the show, and I won it, shockingly. So I will pick first. It's a snake draft, so I'll pick first, Blaine will pick second, Cone will pick third. Then Cone will pick first, Blaine will pick second, I'll pick third.
I'm always
vice
second.
versa. We're going 6 players,
6 rounds.
1 in each position. There are players that can play multiple positions, and we're going to pick a 6th man to come off the bench.
And you don't have to say where you're playing them until you draft, and then you can.
Well, a lot of these guys play. You got combo guards. You got guys who can play forward.
That's exactly right. Giannis can
So
play all 5
the way I
positions.
figured it, we'll draft our top 6, right? You analyze that against what the other guys have picked.
Yep.
Then you decide where you want to play the guys. And then we're going to have, the producers are going to put a graphic together. We're going to tweet it out from the Crane & Co. account where we all retweet it. The Booster Club can say who they think would win, which team would win.
Okay.
And they can have the weekend, and we'll announce it on Monday.
I love it. All right, I got the first pick. And with the first pick
overall pick, go ahead.
of the 20, I thought you were hitting the button, sorry. Of the first 2022, of the only 2022
Hold on. I
all-time
can't do
NBA
that,
draft.
actually. Hold on. Here's
Yeah, hit me one. There, that's
Love
a
that.
good
Well
one.
done.
God, you're getting good at that. All right, here's what we got. Pick number 1. I will be drafting Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I have a pin for this. I do.
Wow, you look unprepared. Vontae Mack.
I thought you were going Shaq. Look how
upset Cone is now.
I guess he was throwing everybody off.
Yeah, Cone wanted mine. Yeah, that's exactly right. It's called strategy.
With the second pick of the draft, give me the one and only LeBron James.
Knew that was coming.
All right.
Go ahead, Coney.
All right. You took Michael Jordan?
Yep.
And you took LeBron James. Great. Okay.
Best of luck.
I'm going to take Shaquille O'Neal.
Good
All
pick.
right.
Nice.
And I'm going to take Kevin Durant.
Wow, you're going KD?
Sorry.
All right, with my second.
I'm picking.
Oh, sorry, Blaine. Go ahead. Whoops.
Give me Kobe Bryant.
Ooh, okay.
Kobe sighting.
Yep.
We have a Kobe sighting.
God, you got LeBron and Kobe. Sneaky. All right, give me Magic Johnson.
Wow.
Ooh, that's a good 1-2 punch right there.
Dang.
Yeah, go ahead then, boy.
Now it snakes back to you.
Oh, yeah. Give me Larry Bird.
Wow.
Dang, I did not expect that.
It's me.
Yep.
Give me Steph Curry.
Nice. Baloney.
All right, let me take a moment here. I have 30 seconds, right?
Yep,
You took
you take a
Magic
moment.
and Larry.
You take a
Did not
moment.
see that
For
correct.
this
You
30
took
seconds,
Steph
I'm going to tell
Curry.
you how great Tessemae's is. If you love avocado ranch dressing, lemon vinaigrette, or if you like things that taste good, go to tessemae's.com. Use the promo code BOOSTER, BOOSTER. Get some great stuff off. It's unbelievable. Almost poured it all over myself the other day and then realized I was in a Walmart. Go ahead, Coach.
All right, I will take
Sir,
Giannis,
man!
and I will take
Ooh,
Allen Iverson.
wow. Okay. Give me.
My pick.
You keep trying, though, bud. Keep trying.
Trade up? What are you taking, B?
I am
Number one?
taking. Give me
Pick somebody.
Kyrie Irving.
Okay. Give me Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yes. God, my team would absolutely mob any team that comes up to them. Wait till you see who I got next to finish it out.
All right, it's me.
He gets another pick.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Give me.
Double up last time?
Yeah, it snakes back then.
Yeah.
I don't know.
'Cause I picked Bird
thought
and
you only
Magic.
picked one. Okay. Yeah.
Give me Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirkie?
Picking Dirk?
Dirk Nasty.
You took Larry and Dirk.
Yeah, baby.
So you played Dirk.
Give me. Give me KG.
Oh, I like that. Kevin Garnett. Good pick. God, who do I want this other one? Come on. Who do I want?
So I have two picks in a row, and these are my last two
Yep,
picks,
these are your
right?
last two.
These are my last two picks. Okay. I'll take.
We need to add that sound on the soundboard. I thought we had it one time.
Okay, I will take.
David Cohn now making the selection.
I will take Dwayne Wade
Okay.
and Tim Duncan.
Okay.
Well,
Last one, B.
thanks, man. Take old Timmy, huh? Take old Timmy from me. KG can play the 5. Give me. All right, what bigs have we taken?
I've got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's got
I have
Shaquille
a-
O'Neal.
Little guy by the name of Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
All right, give me give me Wilt Chamberlain.
Okay. Well, I will end it and take Nikola Jokic.
Ooh, Jokic. Okay.
It was either between him or Embiid.
You have Larry Bird, Jokic.
No, I'm going to read my
and
team.
Dirk.
I want to read my team.
All right, hold on. You took Wilt?
Yep. Blaine took Wilt. So, I will tell you what position. I'll go ahead and tell y'all.
Are you doing that now?
I'm doing it now.
Okay.
I'm doing it now. Running point, Magic Johnson. Good start, bud. Playing the 2, the GOAT, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Playing the 3. What's in the air? Oh, it is a bird. It's Larry Bird.
Hold on. Start over one more time here. You got. I know you're playing. You're playing.
I got Magic at the 1.
Okay.
Michael Jordan at the 2.
Yeah.
Larry Bird at the 3. Dirk Nowitzki at the 4. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at the 5. And I got Jokic coming off the bench if Kareem gets in foul trouble because the refs suck.
Oh boy, that's a good team.
Yeah. Best of luck.
All right, so you're playing Larry at the 3.
Larry's at the 3, Dirk's at the 4.
Okay, well, Dirk's not guarding anyone, so.
Well, he's also nobody's guarding Dirk.
And you took Kareem?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, what you got over there, Blaine?
All right. So this team will be winning
No, they won't.
the Globo Gym
You got it.
championship.
Big man's not good enough.
Starting at the 1. The one and only Uncle Drew, best ball handler probably ever in basketball.
Well, you must not have watched Pete Maravich highlights.
Yeah, give me
Ever see
Kyrie
Allen
over
Iverson?
Pete Maravich.
I'll take Pete.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Pretty 2. Give me Steph Curry. Pretty good
Play
the
Steph
whole
at the Curry. You're
shooting
gonna play Steph at the
basketball.
Yeah, he's good shooter.
Yeah, pretty good. At the 3,
I'll take Michael, though.
give me Kobe Bryant. Pretty good the whole basketball thing. You know. At the 4, give me LeBron.
It's a good pick.
It's going well.
Good pick.
It's going well.
Good pick.
And at the 5, you know, I can really have fun with this.
No, you
know?
can. You better make a good pick because we have Shaq and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Well, I have KG or Wilt.
Okay, well, Wilt, we're going to have to tell him where the three-point line is and, you know,
He doesn't know he doesn't need to know where the 3-point.
show him, like, what a movie
What, I'm
is
scared.
and a
What am I scared?
cell phone.
Shaq's going to hit a 3 on us?
No, that's not what Shaq does. I'd be worried
And I
about
have KG, who's a defender, who's a dog, who's nasty, who will get in the post and bang.
That KG
and who's a professional scorer and probably the best power forward ever to play.
Okay, Coney.
Really? You think
Yeah.
so? Well, let me read off my list here, okay? Because those are good teams.
Tim Duncan or Charles Barkley's better power forward than him.
Thank
And
you.
KG?
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I don't.
Those are really
I'd take
good
Tim
teams,
Duncan over Kevin Garnett.
I wouldn't.
and they're going to have their hands full. 'Cause I got AI at the point, D-Wade at 2, KD at 3. I'm going to run Giannis at the 4.
That's a nasty.
Shaquille O'Neal at the 5.
This is tough.
And then the greatest power forward of all time I've got coming off the bench with Timmy Duncan.
Those are good squads.
Those
All
are
right,
good squads.
Get ran on, buddy.
Booster Club
Huh?
instant
You're gonna get ran
analysis.
Yeah, I'm going to get ran on.
You're going to get ran on.
Giannis is locking LeBron, period. Giannis is locking LeBron, all right? You have no answer for KD. You have no answer for KD. And you have no answer
Kevin
for
Garnett.
Shaq. Well, you think what's Wilt going to do
I have
against
Kevin
Shaq?
Garnett. That's the answer.
What's Wilt going to do against Shaq?
Okay, what's
D-Wade can stick Kobe. D-Wade can stick Kobe.
Guys,
The best that Kobe best that Kobe could be
Guys.
stuck.
Guys, I got Magic at the 1, Michael Jordan at the 2.
You picked
Larry
one.
Bird at the 3.
Okay?
At the 3.
I am proud
At
that
that
Michael
1,
Jordan
2, and 3, we can argue 4 and 5.
See, Larry?
That 1, 2, and 3 that I got, nobody's touching that.
Larry's gonna get bullied on defense.
No, I don't think so.
Wow.
I don't think so.
Out of all the things that would
Larry
never
will
happen,
get
that would
bullied
never
at the
happen the
3.
most.
Larry can score all.
First of all, I'm just proud that Michael Jordan went number 1 over.
Listen, again, y'all kept
I
asking.
thought you might take Shaq number 1.
Y'all kept asking me. Y'all kept asking me who I'm going to pick. I'd say James Harden. I said some other people to throw y'all off, and I just
it was
went
no.
with the
I
smart,
literally
smart
said
play.
it's going to be MJ the entire time.
What does the Booster Club say, Blaine? While
What are
walking
they?
through the
Haven't
board
looked.
of emotional choices. What a great team I picked. Actually, let me get this piece of paper out here. No, we got a graphic. I'm losing my mind.
Blaine went small. I think that hurts him. The
Yes.
Curry and Kyrie mix just isn't going to work. I don't see it. That doesn't make
That's a fact. You went small.
You
I
went
did go small.
You went small.
Went small.
You're
Went
getting
small.
bullied.
Well,
you want to talk about people getting bullied?
It's the NBA, right?
getting
It's about hitting threes.
You're getting bullied.
It's about 3 is worth more than 2.
You're getting-
3 is worth more than 2, and having Steph Curry and Kyrie and Kobe. What? I went small. If I had to go small with 3 guys, those are the 3 guys. Enjoy hitting 2s, boys.
Oh, okay.
While Steph is just saucing and Kyrie is just saucing.
You
And
better
then
make
Kobe,
every
who
shot.
is saucing, and Braun
You
facilitating.
better make
boards.
every shot.
We
but
will.
You're not getting a rebound.
We will.
You would get bullied so
KG.
much.
Oh, if KG and Wilt, I'm not getting a rebound.
You would get bullied so much that Melania
Wait,
Trump.
hold on. You can't play them at the same time. Not
No,
KD.
I'm not saying that at the same time.
Well, you have
here's
to
all
play
I'm saying,
one. You
Brian.
can't play both of them at the same time.
Well, obviously, when I play 6 players, David.
No, but I'm just saying, don't put it like I have both of them on the floor at
You
the
would
same
get
time. I'm
bullied
getting plenty of
in the
rebounds.
paint more than Carrie. And she got bullied with paint more than anybody ever of all time. I'll do you one better. You'd get bullied so bad that Michelle Obama and Melania Trump would go on tour to stop the bullying.
Cap, who's gonna bully me on your team?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
No,
Shaq,
KG.
Giannis.
KG can guard both of them. KG can guard.
You don't think
Giannis.
Michael Jordan will bully you?
You don't think Kobe will bully you? You don't think LeBron will bully you?
Never said Kobe would.
You know what? Let the Booster Club have
Let
their
the Booster
say.
Club.
Yeah.
You know
Booster
what?
Club will have their
We'll
say.
do what every great American in this last couple years have done. We'll let social media decide. So here's what I got today. Give me the Penguins. Money line. That's right. No Sid the Kid. Think we can still build a bridge and get over it, even if it's to Terabithia. Plus 102. Jason Tatum, under 5.5 assists. Shoot every one of them, man. Shoot every one of them. Get all the rebounds you want. Drink all the water and Gatorade you want. Just please, don't be unselfish. It's the only time I've ever asked somebody not to be unselfish. And I'll be selfish now. We better get to 1,200 comments in the Booster Club after I just won the draft. Okay, I'm 10-10. I keep it steady. 65, 62-1 overall. I've won the first bet, like of every bet I've taken this month. And the second one has just let me down. Let me down, let me down, let me down. So if you're a smart person, which I know you are, you probably should take whichever game's played first. And I'm guessing that's the Penguins because I think they play the Rangers at 6. Flaming Dragon, what do you got?
I made a mistake yesterday.
Matching jean jackets today.
Jacket boys.
It's like we're kind of a bicycle game.
Hashtag jacket boys. But hey, made a mistake yesterday, and that's on me. Went away from my original picks because I saw.
Why do you always go away? Like you
I saw a guy hurt, and the date. There's a story behind this. Sometimes before I go to bed, I go to YouTube. And I look up baseball highlights. I like watching certain baseball. I'm one of those guys who like watching great infielding plays, just kind of the above average normal plays in baseball, because people don't realize how hard it is to really do what they're doing. They make it look so easy. Okay. So I was watching Joey Votto highlights, and Joey Votto is a character in himself, and he's a great guy in my opinion. He gets in it with fans.
One of the best mic'd up guys.
Yeah. And I saw that he was sitting out, and I feel like Joey's the heart of the team.
He is.
All right, so that's why I went away from that pick. Was going to go with the Yankees too, but they had a guy scratched and another guy, so I went away with that. Both those teams were dogs, and both those teams ended up winning. So this is my fault. This is my fault, and I accept responsibility on that. But now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back. I'm going to open the textbook to page 37, and I'm really going to get decisive of what I want to do. And I'm going back to the inning. 1 inning, 15 minutes of fame.
One ring to rule them all?
1 ring. The darkness shall bind them. I am going 3rd inning under at 0.5 runs for just the 3rd inning. So if one team scores a run. Okay, yeah. Well, if one team scores a run in the 3rd inning, I'm done. But then I'm taking a tie. The result for the 3rd inning, as both teams will tie.
So you hit this bet the other day. The 3rd inning, it was the
Astros versus the Tigers, I believe.
Astros and Tigers, I believe. So you just want a clean 3rd inning, just 0-0.
That's it.
6 up, 6 down. You hit both your bets. I can respect that, Flaming Dragon. Cone, what are you saying?
Marlins first 5 plus a half run.
Ooh.
Okay, so if we're 0-0, wouldn't mind that. That's going off at -125. With Pablo Lopez on the mound. And then I want the Panthers, Capitals under 7 goals at -135. Look, I hit an over last night at 6.5. That's good. But 7 goals? I mean, it takes 8 to beat me. I'll take the under.
Hey, Baby Cone, 10-3.
Dude, he's hot, man.
10-3?
The kid's hot.
Overall, 8-3 on the month. Kid's got a bright future.
Got to hear about that.
He's going to take the Mets first 5, -1. It's going off at -110. So overall, since we started betting on the show, and we're not even in football season yet, 219, 173, and 5. We're getting people out with the 4 seam right now. You got to feel good about it. I'm sick of going 1-1. That's what I'm sick of. But the Booster Club, do you want to get to them? Here's what we got. Wildcat Cubs fan is 5-0 and on the verge of making history. These are the hardest bets, 6, 7, 8, man. You know what? Yeah, I'm not going to make that joke. Diamondbacks money line, first 5, going off at -135. Good luck to you, brother. Boring Florida man, 3-0. Starting to not be so boring around there. Wants the Celtics, +1.5. Good luck, bud. Who knows? Flip a coin. Harvey Dent this thing. Private Chonkies, 2-0. Wants Jordan Poole to have more points than Jaren Jackson Jr. Tyson's right hook. Wants Orioles money line, +125. He's 2-0. So is B More CFB. Really enjoyed listening to his first show the other day. Orioles +1.5, -160. Trevor Robeson. Trevor. Love guys named Trevor. I just don't think we should have guys named Trevor playing on our international soccer team. That's all I was saying. Penguins and Rangers over 6 goals. It's going off at -106. Katie Rose, she's 1-0, wants the Grizz +8 without Ja. Katie dabbling back in the NBA. I see ya. Crane and Co. Rock. I swear we didn't make up a handle on there. Somebody did that. We appreciate you. Welcome to it. He's 0-0. His first bet. He's got a little gangster in him. He's going Orioles money line for the first 5. Anybody that comes in, their first bet's the Orioles. Let me tell you a story about a guy who's got cojones. Let me see. I think that's JNA218. Welcome to the party. He wants the Celtics money line. JMPB _ the only one is 0-7. He is doing the Lord's work, because if I know that you know the wrong answer, then I know the right answer. Max Scherzer over 7.5 Ks. Cat Eye is going to get him one today, +108. And Canyon Reed Brock, back from the grave. Hadn't been able to bet in a while. 7-0. 7-0. tonight. And I'm going to tweet
7-0
out.
or 0-7?
Did Bagwell ever win a game?
I think J-Bag's hit. I think J-Bag's hit yesterday. I think he's 1-0. I'm going to give, let's see, Canyon Reed. Let's see if I wrote his bet down. I don't think I did. I know he's 7-0. No, Canyon Reed, I'm going to say your bet. We're obviously going to keep track of it because if you get to 8-0, we're going to add another notch in the Hall of Fame, which would absolutely blow my mind because I thought it would take us at least 6 to 8 months to get to 5 people. We're at 4 right now, including Baby Cone coming out of the gates.
I love it.
Super hot. Blaine, Booster Club.
Mixed winners.
Mixed winners.
This is good.
Really?
I
don't know how you don't pick Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, and Larry Bird 1, 2, 3, and you could put
What happens at 4 and 5?
Dirk Nowitzki.
Can't guard anyone. Can't guard what I have going on.
Magic
Dirk.
wasn't a great defender either.
Magic can play defense.
But Magic
great
is 6'9", though, man.
yeah, like that's a
Magic is
different.
6'9".
Come on, man. He's 2 Kyries.
A lot of length.
He's 2 Kyries stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, he's not staying in front of
Anything else, he doesn't have to. He can just stand 5 feet back and reach his arms out.
Rabbit. I'm gonna try and hit everybody here so everyone can feel good about themselves.
Okay.
All right. Jake for the win.
Yes.
Papa Link says doesn't like the Dirk pick. The Dirk pick was weak.
The Dirk pick was weak. He may be the best international player, one of the top 3 international players to ever play in the NBA, one of the best scorers of all time.
Mike.
Yeah, it is.
Mike Flynn says Cone wins this one.
Nice.
Moore Stevens says Blaine wins.
How?
Hey, we're split.
What do you mean? I'm gonna outscore all of you.
That's what you said about the Nets. They didn't make
Threes are more than 2, buddy. I promise. You. Threes are more than 2.
Yeah, you're right. My guys can't shoot threes.
Nate Dogg says Kobe, LeBron, Curry equals W.
So Magic, MJ, and Bird doesn't equal W?
Sister Riggs.
It actually has W. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Sister Riggs.
You want to talk? You want me to read the comment?
Yeah, I do want to talk, but you can.
All right. Sister Riggs says threes are overrated. Papa Link says Jake wins, but Cone has an argument. Take that. Papa Link says Magic, Jordan, Larry, ...
Murderer's row.
Rad Dad Joke says Birds and Jordan's trash talk would be epic to hear.
It would be unbelievable. They'd be telling each other what they're going to do and then do it.
BJPS really like the Carey reference.
Thank you. Sometimes I just pull them out of thin air, man. Well, really, I always do. Better than pulling them out of thin
Angelo
air.
G says Bird's a 50% three shooter. Blaine has every part covered.
I got Bird on my team.
Yeah.
Larry B's on my team. But I do got to say, like I told you before we wrap up, the winner of the Flaming Dragon Friday, hit the button, Cone, merch giveaway for retweeting the tweet is one of our favorites, Sister Riggs.
Hey!
Sister Riggs. So we're going to get your information, going to send you stuff, get your sizes as well every Friday, Flaming Dragon Fridays. I like it.
I feel like I should save my other guys' review for next week.
Yeah, we need some time for you to be able to really
because I really want to. I need to break it down, and there's a system. I came up with a system.
There was a picture of you pre-movie that a lot of people were upset about, saying you were taking it way too serious because you look super duper serial.
I think I was just checking pics for the movie.
Okay, understood. I wasn't there. Wasn't in the moment.
Was there any frame of reference in the picture at what time was taken?
No, it looked like you and Richard were buckled up, getting ready to watch the movies. We'll see.
A lot of stuff going on. I have a system now. I have a star system, a ranking system, because I want to be more specific with my thoughts.
I love that.
I will be delivering that next week.
Nice. Well, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
And I think Flaming Dragon does too. Don't you, Flaming Dragon?
Yeah. Don't blow it.
We'll see.
Don't blow it.
By the way, remember, send questions from this weekend you want us to answer on Monday to the mailbag. Just look down. It's right there. And if you don't remember what it is, if you're listening to audio and you're not watching, it's DW Crane mailbag at dailywire.com. And I'm 99% sure.
Oh, you want that one?
Yeah.
I am 99% sure.
I think that's about right. But we appreciate you guys. Make sure you're subscribed everywhere. TikTok, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Even if you watch on the Daily Wire, go subscribe on YouTube. We want to blow that channel up. It's Crane and Company. Go subscribe and tell your friends. Remember, without you, there is no us. And like Blaine or Flaming Dragon and Cone's draft teams, chances against mine because I have Magic, Larry, and Michael Jordan, we're going.
He never says the 4 and 5.